The analogy that I give is like a spaghetti fork. You keep spinning it, and it just gets, you got to cut it off at some point. Someone needs to take leadership, but nobody is. So years and decades are passing by, and it's getting more complicated and more complicated. So our youth, let's just take the youth, because I know everybody's like, we're good at talking about the youth. That's something we're good at. We're like the youth, and we need to do something for the youth. Okay, that's what we're good at, talking about it. Not really doing anything for them, but we're good about talking about it. So the youth. Our youth are drug dealers. They are the drug dealers. I'm not saying they take drugs. I'm telling you that they are the drug dealers. If you want to buy drugs, you got to buy them from Muhammad and Mustafa and all of these guys. It is true. Jazakallah khairan for confirming that. And how many people this is a shock to them? Anybody a shock? So one brother came to me and he's like, my son comes home late at night. I'm like, coming home late at night is not your issue. Your son is dealing drugs. I'm like, and then the uncle's like, yeah, you're right, he is. I'm like, don't tell me it's just like he's coming home late. That's like Little House on the Prairie days, where that was just a problem, right? Your son probably drinks alcohol and sells drugs. That's why he's making this money and stuff like that. And that's in Ottawa. If you go to, say, Edmonton, you've got janazah every week for the youth in the community. I'm talking about janazah, gunfights, shots, people shot dead in gang wars. Who is shooting who? The Lebanese gang is shooting the Somali gang. And they're both Muslims. Forget Muslim out the door. Has nothing to do with Islam. Those are our youth. Now, a kid that can't go to university, why would you go to university to study engineering when you can just sell drugs? It just makes more sense, right? You make more money faster. Why waste my time, $40,000 engineering degree, and I can't even get a job at the end of that? Just start selling drugs, okay? So that is the drug issue. We are full force in this right now. This is not something, it happens in Ottawa, and it's happening across the country. Our youth. Even the governments are coming to us like, please take some money, go do something for your kids. And we're like, we don't have anybody to do anything with the money. And we don't even have any ideas. They're like, do a youth center. And like, those kids are crazy. I'm not doing no youth center. I'm married, I have my kids to take care of. Okay? So it spirals out of control. Here's another thing. We got Islamic schools, okay? Let's look at City of Ottawa. How many Islamic schools do we got? Let's suppose we got, how many, 2, 3? 3? Okay, how many students in those Islamic schools? Altogether. You put it together, one school might have 300, the other one might have 200. Let's suppose third one has 100. You're talking about 600 kids altogether. Like, let's be realistic here. You're talking about only 600 kids in our whole city are learning the deen. Did anybody ever think that, what about the other kids that are not going to Islamic school? Did anybody ever wake up and say, these other kids need to be educated as well? So what are we doing for them? This is what we're doing. We're doing jack. We're doing nothing. There is nothing.